and welcome to another episode of our From the Helm series here live at the Bell Potter Healthcare Conference for 2025. I'm Grady Wolf, market analyst with Bell Direct, and I'm thrilled now to be joined by Immutep CEO and Executive Director Marc Voigt. The Immutep is a biotechnology company, a leading one at that, that's developing different treatments for autoimmune and cancer immunotherapies such as LAG-3. So a lot going on for Immutep. Thank you for joining us today, Marc.
Thank you for having me.
Now, let's first start with the company itself. For our investors who may not know Immutep, can you give us a brief overview of what the company is about?
Sure. Immutep is a listed biotech company. We're active in oncology as well as in autoimmune diseases. We have been pioneering the so-called LAG-3 space. It's an important immune checkpoint since years. Yeah. We are now in phase 3 stage, 5 programs in total, and very excited about our future.
It's a big year, and phase 3, as we know, is a pivotal year for lots of companies, so now you're there yourself. So let's start with your lead drug candidate, FD. The company, it's a range of cancer trials right now, but one in particular is a lung cancer trial. Can you talk to us about this trial and what results you're seeing so far?
Yeah, first of all, we have now started a phase 3 clinical trial. That's typically the last step before we get registered. And we try to achieve nothing less than to set a new standard of care in this terrible disease. Lung cancer is the leading cause of cancer death.
Wow.
And this clinical trial is actually done not only by us, but in collaboration with Merck. So a worldwide leading pharmaceutical company, absolutely huge. And in combination with a top-selling brand in the whole pharmaceutical industry. It's called Keytruda. And we do this based on data. So we are successfully running a phase 2 clinical trial and another one as well. So we are coming from data. We have been jointly designing this clinical trial. And Immutep is carrying it out. Merck provides Keytruda worth around about $100 million. We retain the commercial rights and will aim to set a new standard of care.
And how long will this phase 3 trial take, and what are the milestones that you need to meet along the way?
So we imminently expect the first patient in, and then we will recruit. And certainly the next 1.5 years will be characterized and aiming to recruit all the patients, around about 750 patients. So it's a large phase 3 clinical trial in more than 25 countries, certainly in more than 150 hospitals around the globe, including Australia, of course. And we will see important milestones throughout the way, dependent on recruitment, back end of this year, early next year, a futility analysis. A year later, the first interim analysis on which we could actually file if that's sufficiently positive.
Yeah, so now beyond lung cancer, you're also conducting several trials in other different types of cancer with FD. So it's not a one-stop shop, it's all different cancer coverage. Which of these trials would we be looking out for over the course of 2025 and kind of exciting you in this space?
Yeah, indeed. As you said, we created a portfolio of different clinical trials for eftilagimod alone. Again, we have other programs as well. We have a trial in head and neck cancer where we showed some data last year. We are going to have an FDA discussion so with the US American regulators. By mid of this year, we are going to have data from soft tissue sarcoma. We are going to have more data from metastatic breast cancer. Wow. So there will be data, there will be regulatory updates. So a lot to look for beyond the big clinical trial. Now
your drug, your drug FD targets the LAG-3 pathway, and there's a few different treatments that are targeting the same thing. What differentiates FD from other available treatments out there?
We are actually very different. We are not targeting LAG-3 like the others, but we are using LAG-3 as a tool to activate the immune system. So we do this in a very unique manner. We have been pioneering the space. Our chief scientific officer, Frédéric Tribel, is a worldwide leading scientist for LAG-3. He discovered it.
Oh, wow.
Yes, indeed. So we created a unique program activating the immune system broadly and very deeply.
Now, you also have another asset in phase 1 trials right now. Can you talk to us about that asset and what you're targeting, what you're treating, and how the phase 1 trials are going?
Yeah, now we are switching gears to autoimmune diseases. We have there a program called IMP761, and this is addressing the root cause of 80-90% of autoimmune diseases. Practically our own T cells providing friendly fire to different organ systems. You have up to 200 different autoimmune diseases, and we go after the root cause. So not a symptomatic cure, but really going deep into the immune system. We started a phase 1 trial mid of last year. We are going to see first data by mid of this year. If this is going well, we can all be very excited because we have another potentially very big blockbuster program.
And massive addressable market out there. Indeed. In two completely big areas. So it's amazing that you're working in both to be a dual company. Now, there's plenty of activity going on for Immutep. How does the balance sheet stack up for funding you through to these different clinical trials and into commercialization?
I'm happy to say very strong.
Good.
So we have, end of last year, more than 159 million Australian dollars cash in bank. It's a very good cash life by the standards of our industry till end of 2026.
Yeah.
So that we can fully concentrate on the execution of what we're doing.
Now, assuming one or both of your assets head to commercialization phase and make it the whole way through, would you look to commercialize yourself in different countries, or would you look to get a distribution partner, or maybe a combination of both?
While commercialization is always an option, the reality in our business is if you have a successful drug, very likely you are going to be acquired.
Yeah, that is literally healthcare for you.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely. So thank you so much for your time today, Marc. We really appreciate hearing about the Immutep story and what you're up to, and a massive 12 months for the company ahead.
Thank you, it's been a pleasure.
Very much looking forward to watching the story unfold over the next 12 months, and thank you for joining us for this episode of From the Helm.